Hey everybody, check this out. I've got all these old tins of old oil paint, semi-gloss and gloss. They all had skins on top of them. They're a year or two old, some of them might even be a bit older than that. I've already taken the skins off just so that a chisel around the edge, chisel all around the edge. It was quite hard, you could punch your hand in there, you could not move it. Then I chiseled around the edge, got rid of the skins. Look at the gooey mess I ended up with, all those skins. It's quite a bit of paint involved here. And I've got all these tins of paint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tins. There's 2 to 3 litres in each tin of decent paint. I've got a job coming up, it's going to be actually my garage floor here, where the colour doesn't really matter, but I want to seal it with some kind of durable paint. Will be carpeted in the future, but colour doesn't matter. But I do want a good quality paint, and I've got all this old stuff there, and this is a really good way to use it. But I know that the paint is not going to be very clean, and it's going to have grit in it, all bits of skin, who knows what, left over from various jobs. So yeah, I could just stir them all up and see what happened. But the best way, and the trick is to clean it out. And you can go and get all sorts of different cleaners from your local hardware store or your paint store. But I tell you what, the cheapest and I reckon the quickest way is to go grab your wife's pantyhose, stockings, whatever. Something like that, something that's got very fine fibre in it. Get a bucket that you know will hold all that paint and cover the top with your wife's good stocking. She's going to hate you for doing it, me telling you to do this way. You've got to use the crutch. On a big bucket like this, you've got to use the crutch. Ah dear, yes, get that right on there. All the way down. You don't want this coming off halfway through the operation. We've got to get a really good fix with that. Use the legs. Once the paint goes in, and you pull it up and down with the good old pantyhose legs. There you go. You've got to make sure that there's no holes in the pantyhose, of course. So even though it might be old pantyhose, it's got to be in reasonably good condition. Okay, you may even want to go and buy a new one, who knows. This is what I'm doing, this is how I do it. Hey, then you just grab your crotchety old paint, you grab your old stuff. You don't want to lose the lead, so you hang on to the lead. In my case, I'm just going to put my foot on it, because the paint will actually wear that down to a reasonable extent, and we pour it all in. I'm going to get the paint off the bottom. See the different layers, because it'll all get stirred up later on once you've dealt with these tins. Get it all out of there. And likewise, deal with all the buckets. This paint, before having done this, is pretty much unusable. But in the end, it's going to be perfect for what I want. And sometimes, even if you're on a job and for whatever reason, somebody's swept up the room and a whole heap of paint has got into your bucket, a whole heap of dust has got into your bucket of paint. This is a great way just to clean out paint in general. It doesn't have to be oil paint like this, it can be acrylics and whatever. This will work with all sorts of different paint in all sorts of different conditions. Alright, I'll continue doing the rest of that for all of these. Look how grotty that one looks. That is just terrible. But we'll see how it turns out. terps to thin it down at the end, but there's still nothing wrong with it. Oh, there you go guys, that is all in. I've just about filled up my bucket too, so I'm going to have to be careful getting it out, but it's right near the top. You can see a mess of stuff. Great mixture of colours. There'll be all sorts of junk in there, and I've got to get this pantyhose now into this old paint tin without causing too much of a hullabaloo. What we're going to do is get it off and then squeeze the rest of the paint into the bucket. So, pull it up. There you go. There's a heap of paint in there. Check that out. We've got to let that drain out. Whoa. And in there will be all sorts of junk and rubbish, as I'm sure you can well imagine. Let's try and speed up the process a little bit. Don't want to put too much pressure on it because we don't want to push the skins through. We just want that good paint. Alright, I think that's about enough. I'll just dump that into there. So there you go guys, I've got about 10 litres of paint out of all of that. Now I give it a bit of a stir and see what colour we've ended up with, but pretty irrelevant really. It's just often when you mix the colours you end up with grey, and I've got a bit of a browny grey in this case, but check that out. Look what I've ended up with. Beautiful looking paint. I don't even think I'll need to put any thinners in that. That is looking fantastic. Just stir it up a bit and I've ended up with a beautiful lot of pure clean paint ready to coat my floor. So there you go guys. A great use for your wife's old pantyhose, or if you wear pantyhose, then for your old pantyhose. Guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more tips and tricks in the building trade. I'll see you all very soon.